everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always got something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Nicholas Playlong, on this fine Friday evening.
That's right, and I'm your host, Adam Peddle, and today, guys, is the Wine on Wine. If you're new here, the Wine on Wine is basically where we drink wine, and we answer questions, and we look at baseball, and we talk baseball, kind of like what we were doing for, like, last week, obviously.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm breaking the rules just a little bit this evening. I forgot to pick up some alcohol on my way over, so like we're rocking with the coffee right now. We got the water, but it's also like I wasn't so disappointed that I forgot, because the way that I was thinking about it was we're gonna be going live at 1 tomorrow. I do intend to gas the beers when we are live, so I was like, you know what, if I do have to take a night off today, then it's like, you know what, probably best for the liver, and you know, tomorrow's live as well.
Well, don't you worry, I got your back. I'll be gassing half this bottle.
Excellent. Love to see it, man.
Gotcha.
You love to see it, guys. Hello, everybody.
Hello, guys.
Nordal, George Hunt, Augustine, Ryan, J-Zone Podcast, Will Chan, Dull Kermis. I hope that all of you are enjoying your Friday nights. I hope that they are well-deserved, that you had a long, hard, freaking productive week, but now we are at the weekend, and the best part about this weekend, the best freaking part, is that we get televised baseball, specifically televised Toronto Blue Jays, dude.
That's right. Tomorrow, guys,
Can
1
we
p.m.
just hit the cheer for that, please? I just want to hear that one more time. Televised Blue Jays, everybody! Televised Blue Jays. It's happening. It's exciting.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just going to correct something right here.
All right, go for it. But yes, guys, spring training has begun. The Jays played today. They slapped around the Baltimore Orioles as they should. Very heavy offensive matchup. Jose Barrios not looking so sharp, but obviously everybody's getting warmed up. It's spring training. Nothing really matters here. It's fun to speculate on, and you do want all your guys to be as hot as ever, but like still, you know, it's just fun to look at that.
Yeah,
and look that we got the dub.
I like that Bo Bichette got 2 walks.
Yeah.
Like, he literally didn't record that bad. He just got 2 walks, which I really, really like. So, you know, that's really cool. I like that. A lot of boys hitting doubles today, so that's cool. No one hit a homer, and that's fine. And
that's fine, man.
Just getting our feet wet. And maybe tomorrow we'll see some more action. Maybe we'll get some. Ooh, imagine we get to see Matt Chapman in the lineup.
Would like to see that. You got to imagine they're going to get him in as soon as possible, start getting him some reps as well. So potentially tomorrow. So we're going to be talking about spring training. We're going to be talking about the Jays. We're going to be talking about all of baseball, and specifically because of what we have entitled this, the MLB free agency news live. We will also be following along with the MLB free agency news. The most recent stuff that's going on right now, for those of you who are not familiar with it, is basically, I just got an update on Twitter like a few minutes ago. Trevor Story rumors are starting to pick up heavily right now, and the Boston Red Sox are going to be in on him pretty much. Maybe they don't even have it. It's so recent they don't even have it on MLB trade rumors, guys. But we're definitely going to be following along with Trevor Story. Going to be following along with Carlos Correa. And somebody who we have on the thumbnail, who I think a lot of you guys want, and us included, Kenley Jansen.
Yeah, there's nothing on Kenley Jansen. There's like one guy from the Cubs, or like a Cubs radio or something, that was like, there's 3 teams. He's not even certified, so obviously can't trust him.
Right.
He said, 3 dudes, or 3 teams are in on Kenley Jansen. Didn't say which teams. That's all he said.
Yeah.
I'm assuming one of them is the Dodgers, like it always is, and, you know, former team, of course.
Totally.
But we don't know if it's the Blue Jays, and I really want it to be the Blue Jays. But I think every team is on Kenley Jansen. If anyone needs a reliever, you're looking at Kenley Jansen right now.
That's pretty much the only, like, top-tier guy remaining. Maybe I'm doing a disservice to some other smaller names that I'm not as familiar with. Like,
he is the dude.
But it's like, that's kind of the guy right now. If you're going to acquire a closer, then in my opinion, you kind of want to acquire the closer with a low 2 ERA and a guy who's won a World Series. You know? It's like, that's somebody that I kind of want on my baseball team if I want to make a play in the playoffs. So we definitely want to be looking at Kenley Jansen today as well. And yeah, right now we got Trevor Story and the Red Sox firmly in the mix for him.
Yeah.
That's kind of disheartening.
Yeah, it is. I definitely don't want any of that to be happening. No Trevor Story to come to the AL East. Okay, well, if he does come to the AL East, they've made it very, very clear that Bogarts is their shortstop.
Yeah.
Trevor Story's made it very clear he wants to play shortstop. Well, he's playing second base now because Devers is at third, and that's what it is.
So I actually heard something about this from a Boston fan. They commented on our video. I don't know how accurate this is, but Devers is a little bit shoddy when it comes to defense. He's a little bit shoddy over there at the third base bag.
Take a look.
And what they were suggesting was, and a little bit of rumors around the Boston camp, is that one of Bogarts or Trevor Story will actually take over that third base bag, and Rafael Devers will kind of do the Vlad switch and then move it over to the first bag. And I was like, you know what? That's kind of interesting, because you know that the Boston Red Sox are in need of a first baseman right now. Yeah, it's atrocious. It is atrocious. There's no doubt about it. Like, he is not good defensively, man. So I can see how, if you have Kiki Hernandez at second base, you're thinking, hey,
just
maybe
keep him there.
Keep him there. Keep him
move
there.
Him around.
Move Bogarts or move Trevor Story over to third base.
Well, and
then move Devers over to first.
They're gonna have to do it soon, because they got to give this guy reps at first. First base is not easy. Everyone says it's easy. They all talk about Vlad like, oh, it's so easy. You had to go through an entire shortened season to struggle. And then it was only until last year where he had to go through spring training, had to go through the training of off-season reps, scooping his positioning on the bag, to then finally become okay. His outs above average is still 17.
Yeah.
So it's literally. It was better, but not great.
Also, shout out Ahmed right here. Wait, Nick, are you on Top 10 Central? And yes, I am, dude. That is a channel that I do for my job. That's kind of funny to me that somebody here watches that. But shout out Top 10 Central.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Yeah, you've probably seen me there. Funny videos, man. But yeah, so that's the Devers thing right there. Question for you, man. If Boston does get Trevor Story, because I think right now when I think about our lineup and I think about their lineup, they're very close, but I think that we do have the edge. We have a bit of an edge right now, especially with that Matt Chapman trade, and obviously still a healthy Springer and Bo and Vlad and Lord and T.O. We got some elite players.
Yeah.
If they acquire Trevor Story, do the Boston Red Sox have a better lineup than the Toronto Blue Jays?
I think it's comparable. I mean, I think our outfield is way better than their outfield. They do have Verdugo. Martinez kind of that split, DH left field. Who else do they have?
I'm not as familiar with their outfield. Their outfield, do they still own Jackie Bradley Jr.?
Oh, they got Jackie Bradley. He's great defensively, but he's not great offensively.
No. He's pretty much a 700 OPS, but he will be elite defensively for sure.
I think their infield would be better if they did acquire Trevor Story, just slightly. Not you know what I mean? Because we still have Matt Chapman with potential to be a great MVP, offensive and defensive player.
Yes, yeah.
Vlad MVP clearly, Bo Bichette great, and then splitting Biggio and Espinal there. It's kind of the Kiki, that kind of thing.
Right.
I'd say it's very even. We got to see what the season will determine.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that it's tough. It is tough, right? It's very, very close. I could definitely see them finishing better than us with that lineup if they get Trevor Story, but I could also see us finishing better too. There are some key kind of factors in there for them as well. If Verdugo busts out, because he was good last year, but if he really busts out, then that could be a problem for us.
Right.
If Kiki Hernandez is the Kiki Hernandez of the last month of baseball, then that will kind of swing things as well. But then also looking at us too, if the Lourdes Gurriel Jr. wants to be the Lord of the last month or so, then that'll be great for us as well. And if Espinal wants to be good and Biggio and blah, blah, blah. So very, very close, I think, if they get Trevor Story.
Oh, yo, check this out. I just saw this right now. This is a top 10 all-time Blue Jays list. And Ricky Ramirez saying no love for probably the best center fielder I've ever played with, Vernon Wells. Well, let's take a look.
Huh.
Okay, number one, yes, that's my number one. Wyatt Holiday.
Yeah.
Joe Carter's up there, I think, for sure. Roger Clemens, very good. Joe Bell, very good. Delgado, very good. Bautista, 7. Tony Fernandez, very good. Wow, Vladdy's cracking. You know what? Yeah, he's cracking the list.
I don't think, though, yet. You can't yet. How could you put Vlad above?
I mean, here's the thing. Olerud had, one really great season. Vlad had one really great season. And let's get up Olerud's season, actually.
But, do you put... Because here's the thing. Out of everything that they've done for the Blue Jays so far, I don't know if I'd have Vlad higher than Donaldson, for instance. I think I'd have Donaldson ahead of... For what he brought to the baseball team of the Toronto Blue Jays, it's He's
just done it for 2 more years.
Yeah. He won an MVP,
He
though.
won an MVP.
Brought us to the
Vlad's
playoffs.
year was way better.
It was definitely better.
Undeniably better.
Yeah. And I think that Vlad is going to earn himself a spot on this list, assuredly.
Daniel Hancock going, where's Robbie Alomar? He has charges against him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why he's not on there, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, if you are a criminal now, you are not on this list.
Yeah, we just avoid you, basically.
We avoid you.
Bury our heads in the sand and pretend it didn't happen,
No, exactly.
Literally, that's what went on there.
Because, he would have been number 2. Because like him and Roy's jerseys were retired. His is not retired anymore.
Yes.
Took him out.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think Vlad is top 10. Maybe he's 10. I don't know. Like, we got to see. And where's Donaldson? Yeah, but...
I mean, I do think, like, I do believe that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will be on this list eventually.
Yeah. I think Vladdy has a chance to be, like, up here.
Totally. I guess it just feels like these are some dudes who played, like, 5, 6, 7 years with the Jays here. Like, their jerseys are retired. They've been to the playoffs and whatever. It feels like almost too soon, but it is going to happen. It's the hype. That's the thing.
It's the thing. We're so confident it's going to happen. It's like, all right, well, he's there now.
Yeah, exactly. He's already there. Exactly, guys. Also, there is 120 you in here right now. Please feel free to like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to the channel. If we can get to 69 likes on this thing, that's kind of the typical goal for us, and we'll shout out whoever number 69 is. Just toss it into the chat. What the heck else is going on in the MLB free agency rumors? Did you hear what the Phillies were up to today?
Yeah, the Phillies are looking to sign Castellanos. It's rumored. It hasn't happened yet. They were very, very close.
Yeah, from what I heard on Twitter, and we know how accurate Twitter is, guys. It seems like almost a formality at this point. It seems like it's kind of like a 85, 90% shot that he's going to end up in a Phillies uniform. Yeah. And if he does, I'm starting to look at those Philadelphia Phillies and thinking to myself, that's kind of a scary ball club that I don't want to be playing on the regular,
Yeah, their offense, I mean, their offense would get a lot better. They added Schwarber, adding someone like Castellanos. Both the dudes can hit over 900 OPS.
Absolutely they can.
That's really nice. They really need that support for Bryce Harper. They did fix their bullpen quite a lot.
They did, exactly. They've addressed that quite a bit. They brought in a few guys there.
We can actually take a look. I discovered this today. I'm like, oh my god!
Hey, this is a great set. So this is everything that the Philadelphia Phillies have done, right? They brought in, and then they've canceled. Okay, interesting. So
if you look here, we got Brad Hand. I mean, that's bad. we'll forgive him for that. Familia, they got a bunch of they have got.
Look at that. They picked up
Knievel. Remember Corey Knievel? They picked him up.
They picked up guys, man.
Who else?
They did the right thing. They picked up a bunch of relief pitchers, and I don't necessarily know all of their names.
No, but it's depth.
But it's like it is depth like crazy, and you got to imagine that there are some good players in there.
Oh, Ian Kenny, they became a free agent. There was one guy. Where is he? Hector Neris. I don't know where he is. Huh. Interesting. I thought he went to the Phillies.
And here's the thing too about Brad Hand. Like we have some sour memories with Brad Hand. We do have some sour memories, and it is very likely that Brad Hand's career has seen better days and is probably over.
Yeah, it's basically done.
But
he's got a chance.
There's more upside with Brad Hand than Yimi Garcia, for instance. I do believe it's like there's an actual ceiling of Brad Hand being good again.
So Nick and I were talking before this, and it's like we really want Kenley Jansen. Obviously, we don't know anything. We don't even know if the Blue Jays are out there shopping for people.
Yeah,
but we really want a Kenley Jansen, because if this is our guy that we signed to go straight into the bullpen,
I'm not ready for it, man.
This is not okay.
No.
Last year pitched for a 4.21 ERA with a WAR of 0.5. His ERA over his career is 3.6.
Yeah,
he got traded to the Houston Astros and just fell apart, like a 5.48. Yeah. If that's what you're gonna do on a competitive team, I'm not excited.
Yeah,
I'm not excited to see what happens.
This is not a high leverage guy. The only time I want to see Yimi Garcia is in a game that doesn't really matter, or if our starting pitcher just totally screws up or gets injured, and we have to throw somebody in the fourth or the fifth here.
Yeah, that is our big acquisition.
Yeah, where is our 7, 8, 9 guy? Where's our 7, 8, 9 guy that we were supposed to pick up?
I guess it's Nate Pearson now.
I guess.
It's Nate Pearson.
And if Nate Pearson wants to do what Nate Pearson did down the stretch, I can't say anything against that. You were very, very solid. If that's what you're going to do, absolutely get it done. Am I guaranteed that's going to happen? Absolutely not. We don't know.
We don't know. We got to see what happens. So who knows? Maybe, I think if the problem in the bullpen continues for the first 2 months, I don't think there's going to be any hesitation for Ross Atkins to go out there and get another dude. I think he's because apparently the word is our bullpen's looking really nice. That's always been the word. Our bullpen looks really nice. So we got to see what happens. We got to see if they make that, because they're all young dudes. They're all, Merriweather's young, Pearson's young. Even Romano's young, you know? They're all, if they can take that next step forward. Hey, even Richards is young. You wouldn't think so with the hair, but he's young.
Relatively young as well.
So if they take all the next step forward, then who knows? Maybe we do have an elite bullpen.
Well, here's the thing. I do think that some of them are going to take the next step forward because I'm not sure if you've heard, but this is the movie. Last year was the trailer, guy. This is the movie.
Yeah, Vladimir. That was actually one of my Kahoot questions. I was trying to make a Kahoot. Apparently, you have to pay like $22 a month. Ridiculous. That's actually quite stupid.
Yeah.
But anyways, one of them was like, that literal quote.
Who said this?
Vladimir. Well, I said Vladdy said this. Fill in the blank.
Right.
It's like last season was the trailer. This year is the
movie. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This year's the thoughts on him saying that. Feeling good?
I think that's exactly what it is, guys. We got a sneak peek, and everyone's like, kind of like, oh, we missed playoffs, and it's like, I think to them, that makes them more hungry.
Yeah.
That makes them absolutely more hungry.
Yes.
So I'm down. I love it.
I do love it. I do love it.
And what's coming out of the whole like clubhouse out of spring training right now is that everyone is here to win a World Series. Like it's like, and I said this to you like off camera. It's like, if you're not here to win, you're not a Toronto Blue Jay.
I think that needs to be the mentality.
You need to be cut now. Like they were very cutthroat. They're like, you are no longer going to be on this team if you're not here to win. And that's what it is. Everyone's here supporting each other. Everyone's here with one goal in mind. And I think that's why Matt Chapman's so excited.
Yeah,
that's why he's so excited.
Yeah, and that's a great segue, too, because I know that you've been speaking a lot about Matt Chapman, talking about his off-the-field sort of, like, what he's saying right now, what he's doing. Yeah. Just his overall mannerisms, the fact that he's walking in super early at, like, 5:45 in the morning, excited to be there. The fact that he's got a bright, glowing smile on during interviews,
such a nice
excited to be here. All of that being said, do you think that message has translated to Matt Chapman that this is not the trailer right now, this is the movie, and that's going to translate into him bouncing back this season from what was a pretty down year offensively for Matt Chapman?
Yeah, I think well, I mean, that's probably like positive reinforcement and everything, but that's not going to be the reason why he bounces back. I think the reason why he bounces back is going to be because his hip is fully healed. When he was coming off surgery, it was 5.5 months he was saying he was coming off his hip surgery.
Right, yeah.
And that didn't give him enough time to do like weights, to do cardio, to do anything. Like he had to recover. So when he was going into the last season,
not properly conditioned,
he was way behind everybody. Everybody was way ahead of speed.
Yeah.
And even broke it down, and which makes me even more confident that he is going to bounce back this year. He broke it down where he couldn't put any weight on his back hip to generate power, so he had to generate power other ways, which also broke down his swing and made him very inconsistent, hence the 210 batting average. But the fact that he can be so inconsistent in his swing and have no weight on his back leg and still hit with incredible incredible hard hit rate and exit velocity, and still somehow hit 210, like that shows me that he's able to bounce back this year, which he did say he did all of his proper conditioning like he did in 2018, 2019, and he's feeling like he's back in that era. So I'm going to expect that he's going to hit like 250 this year.
I do agree. I think that Matt Chapman's just about a lock to bounce back. Now, I can't guarantee that he's going to get directly back to his 2018, 2019 form, but I do think that we are not going to get anywhere close to the numbers that we saw last year. I know that a lot of people are concerned about those offensive numbers, the career batting average, that last season batting average. It is ugly. It's not nice. If we're going to be hitting for 240, 250, 260, we need to see some power. Matt Chapman does have it, but it's impossible to generate a lot of power when your literal hip is like busted up from surgery.
Because that's your move. That's your entire move. When you swing, it's the hip.
Exactly.
Like, it's not the arms. It's not the feet.
This is not
it's
pinky
the hips.
surgery. This is not like thumb surgery. It's not like
your
a
core.
busted up collarbone.
It's your core.
We're literally dealing with something that your entire body needs to move.
That's what's controlling everything, man.
Yeah, exactly. And even though he wasn't fully on the IR last year, this was something that he came into the season with, was something that was probably still lingering, still having to do rehab for while he was there, had to keep an eye on that the entire time. It is no wonder why he got off to a slow start, and no wonder why he hit 210 last year. But this year is going to bounce back.
Yo, Ryan in the chat saying he still hit 27 bombs last year. Boba shit hit 29 in his full prime. Well, maybe not yet prime, but he's like absolutely ready. Maybe he was dealing with injuries, who knows? But he hit 27, and he was literally coming off a hip surgery.
Yes.
I think he could hit like 40 bombs in the
He
Rogers
could easily
Center.
hit 40. Well, I don't want to say easily because it's not easy to hit 40 bombs.
It's not easy.
But this is 1,000% in the range of outcomes. If your floor is 27, if that is your absolute floor, then I think that we are looking at a potential average here of around the 35 mark. And if you have a great season, if you're feeling motivated, if you know that this is not the trailer, this is the movie, 40, 42, maybe even 45, Marcus Simeon's magic number.
And then we replace them, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Off-season great.
Exactly. There you go. Matt Chapman bouncing back. Any questions in the chat, guys?
Guys, this is the Wine on Wine. So what we want you guys to do is in capital letters, ask your question and we will answer. While we're asking questions, if you guys see any tweets, any breaking news, I love it when you guys are like, Heyman, and like send us over there. So we want to see any breaking news.
And we'll take a quick look over at what's going on right now. I do just want to answer Hulk Smash Your Mom's question. New subscriber, are you guys Canadian? If not, how did you guys become Blue Jays fans? We are both Canadian, born, raised, grew up in Canada, right close to Toronto. We live downtown Toronto right now. So yeah, I mean, like, the Toronto Blue Jays was obviously the decision.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's like, well, we literally had no other option here, so it's like Toronto Blue Jays or some American team. I'll be damned if I'm going to be a Yankees
fan. Oh my gosh,
fan.
when people on my baseball team growing up would choose the Yankees or like, and well, actually, I understand. Like one of my teammates, his name was Josh. His father's from Chicago. His father brought him into baseball, raised him, and it's like,
and you got to imagine you're probably watching the White Sox.
He's always watching the White Sox.
They're always on. I understand that. That makes sense to me.
But if you're just like, I like the Yankees just because, I'm just like, you know what, buddy?
Yeah.
Are you Canadian?
You got to have a strong reason.
You got to have a strong reason.
Dan the Man Bruin says, what's the news? Late getting on here. Jay's looking into anyone. And let's take a quick look at what the news is. Actually, can we look up Toronto Blue Jays and just see if we're doing anything on Twitter right now?
Yeah, let's just look up what the Toronto Blue Jays are saying.
Are we tied to anything? Because obviously we want Kenley Jansen. That would be ceiling of opportunities right now. But are we actually in the talks? Cool story from Blue Jays third baseman. We don't know about that. Doesn't matter to us. Okay, it's great. We see Vlad looking so pretty.
I kind of want to look at this here.
Oh, yeah. Look at all
there's Gosman. There's Chappie.
Look at all them boys.
Oh, the boys.
Springer screaming. Bo screaming.
Manoah.
What the hell? Is that Palacios there?
No, that's Gurriel.
Oh, that's Gurriel. Okay. I was like, why the hell is Palacios on this goddamn thing?
There's no way.
Like, how did he get here? How did we put him here?
Spring trainings. That's the thing. It's like a lot of things are coming out now, just like we're getting ready for the games.
Good. Well, we should be. We should, because and this is a great question. Actually, let's take a quick look at this before I ask my question. There's Matt Chapman with the big boy shoulders, with the big boy arms.
Is that the hitting coach or that's Springer? It's like Springer, I think.
I think that's too big to be Springer. That's not Springer.
No, it could be the hitting coach.
Yeah, it's got to be the hitting coach.
Oh, hey.
Look at them big boy arms right there, that big boy chest. Matt Chapman's in good shape.
Check the hip.
Matt Chapman's in good shape, baby.
Watch the hip.
That's good shape.
Hold on, watch the hip. Wow. No problem.
Yeah, no.
Oh, there's Ross.
There's
Ross and Pete.
Look at our new acquisition right here. That's got to be some hitting coach.
I think it's the hitting coach
right there. But yeah, look at that big boy. He looks in good shape, man.
That
looks like a boy who's ready to smack dingers.
He's smacking.
That looks like a boy who's ready to smack dingers.
No problem.
We love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We got a few questions in here, and which we will answer 1 second. But because we're not getting any more rumors right now, do you think that this is the final Toronto Blue Jays roster? And are you okay with it being the final Toronto Blue Jays roster if it is, in fact, said final roster?
Yeah, I'm okay with it, I think. You know, like
we've come to terms with like, this can be the team.
Yeah, remember we did our grading last week and it was like B, I think it was. I'd give it a solid A- off season. A solid A-.
Like that was before we got the Chapman.
Before we got Chapman.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we gave it a B, and I think actually did we give it a B or did we give it a?
It was a B.
Before you say?
No, this was after you say.
It was after you say? So. I'd give it an A-.
Okay. I'd probably give it a B+. I think I'd give it a B+.
Eh?
Yeah.
We get like a really great defensive guy, third baseman. We make the trade. We get back get back like replacement for Robbie Ray. We get the replacement for Matz. We kind of get the replacement for Simeon, and then we didn't really do anything with the bullpen, but it's still A-. Well, that's the thing. For me, you had to do it.
For me, it would only get an A-. Maybe I'm being a little bit picky right here, but it is a B+ for me Because if you're going to get an A, then you need to address the major problem that we had coming in here in the first place. And even before any of this started, even before we got Gausman, before we got Chapman, before we got any of these guys, I think a lot of Blue Jays fans, us included, were like, we have to address the bullpen. We have to address the bullpen. And I am feeling confident with it. Like, I like the guys that we have. I just don't want to walk in here getting this false sense of confidence. It's like, okay, we're good now, and then have the exact same story play out, right? Like, there could be the potential where the exact same story plays out, and then we're going to be looking back at this offseason going, well, what the hell? Like, writing was on the wall the whole time. Why did we not acquire anybody?
For me, it's like there was two problems. Well, I guess maybe one problem and then, like, half a problem. One problem was we're losing 2 starting pitchers, one of them won Cy Young.
Absolutely.
And we addressed that.
Yeah,
we addressed that with like absolute confidence. And then it's like, okay, well, now we're losing our half problem. How are we going to get Marcus Semien back? He won a gold glove. Well, we got a platinum glove winner who can also hit 40-plus bombs. Okay, solve that problem. Yeah. And then it's like, with our bullpen, we signed like 4 or 5 minor leaguers plus like Yimi Garcia. So it's like, yeah, it wasn't the best solution. However, it's like, that's what makes it an A+ for me. Is if you go out and get Kenley Jansen, it's like, all right, now it's an A+. You did everything. And it's like, all right, that's an A+. So that's why I'm an A-.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Dalkey's saying he was at a B+ after Chapman. I give him an A-, very fair. Or an A, excuse me, gives him an A. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yep. We will see how it all plays out, right? If they come in and that bullpen is rock solid, then we did everything we have to do. If we come in and that bullpen is crap garbo, then we're going to look back at this and go, well, why the hell didn't we get bullpen guys?
Yeah, well,
we will see. We're going to have to play it out.
And again, we got to get those bullpen guys. I feel like it's going to be a trade deadline thing again, or an early deadline thing like we got Simber and Richards.
I hope that it won't even be that. I hope that we don't even need to think about it. We get in there and it's just like, we don't even need to trade for anybody. We're good.
All elite.
Everybody's healthy. We don't need to go acquire people.
Julian Merriweather's breaking out.
Merriweather's here.
Pearson's great.
Simber's amazing. Richards is amazing.
Garcia's now hitting another tier.
Yeah. Nate Pearson. Wow. Look at Nate Pearson. Yep. So, absolutely. I like all of it.
Let's grab some questions
here.
We
got a lot of questions here. Thank you so much for asking those questions, guys. I see the first one coming in here from Tyler Martin. If the regular season starts tomorrow, where do the Jays stand against the Rays? Also, hey, boys, happy Friday.
Happy Friday there,
Tyler Martin. If the season starts today, right now, or tomorrow, excuse me, to put it in Tyler's words. So tomorrow, where do we stand against the Rays? Are we better than them? Are we worse than them? How do you think this would play out?
I think my bias, too, is just seeing the Rays always dominate every single year. If I were to take it off that, I think they're still slightly better than us just because that's how it's been. And it's going to take a powerhouse team to take down the Rays. That's just the reality.
Yep.
I would say we're slightly underneath them. I've always been on. I got to see it to believe it. That's the thing. I've never seen it. I got to see it to believe it. So I'd say I'm slightly under them. However, Vegas odds are putting us way above them.
Right.
Way above them. Because I get it. The paper says we should smash the Rays.
That is the thing, right? If you look at their paper now, if you look at their team on paper, they actually do have, in my opinion, a pretty good hitting lineup. For the first time in a long time, I look at the Rays lineup on paper and I go, that's a pretty damn good lineup.
Yeah.
What I don't see from them is where is your starting pitcher?
Where is
Glasnow's dead.
Yeah.
He is not going to be healthy coming in this season. And that was your only starting pitcher who I was like, wow, that guy's really good.
And now they have Kluber. And then they have Baz, or Baez, or B-A-Z, whatever you pronounce his name. And he doesn't even go. He only goes 3 innings.
You got to imagine at some point, it is going to catch up to them not having any big names or any proven guys in there, or having because Kluber's proven, but he's also injury prone as hell right now. We don't know what's going to happen.
But the problem is they just play great baseball.
They do.
That's it. They just play better than everybody, and that is something you just can't beat. And I think the Blue Jays play great baseball too. Our lineup, we are so good offensively. We take pitches, we work counts, we work pitchers, we foul off tough pitches. We play it great. Defensively and pitching has always been the problem for us. And now we're trying to solve it with Matt Chapman and getting these Kikuchi and Gausman, but we got to get some more bullpen help. So that's the problem. We got to play good baseball.
Yeah, also, very, very good question there, Tyler. Hard to say for sure.
I did want to throw this up here because I did reference the betting odds.
Yeah.
So overall, we're 5th amongst all the major betting apps. We're 5th.
Nice.
Right? So, and the Tampa Bay Rays are what? 6th, 7th, 8th. right? So they're a little bit lower than us, but I gotta see it to believe it.
Yeah,
I gotta see it to believe it.
Wow, I'm surprised that they have the New York Yankees. So here's the problem with the betting apps, right? It's like, because there's a lot of bias involved here.
Lots.
I do not believe that the New York Yankees should be that high.
No.
I do not believe that the Atlanta Braves should be that low.
Right. They had a great offseason.
They had an incredible offseason. Like,
offseason.
frankly, I think that they are a better team than we are. That's, my unbiased take right there. It's like, I think that they, based on winning the World Series and acquiring all the guys that they did and bringing pretty much the gang back together minus Freddie Freeman, but then, filling that
Olsen,
spot.
It's a great move.
It's like, I do think that they're a great squad, but I like where we are as far as betting apps
Yeah,
go.
like, I think this is just like
hype.
You guys think it's like they're gonna put these guys up here because everyone's gonna bet on them.
Yeah.
Everyone who oh, look at all the moves, bet. Same with Toronto. Look at all the moves, bet.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all that crap.
Exactly. Inked Rails question: are you going to any games this year? You damn right we are. We don't know which ones yet, but you can rest assured that when we do acquire some tickets, we will be tossing it into the community tab. Guaranteed.
I'm pretty sure my mom wants to take me to a game. She texted me the other day. It's gonna be April 29th.
There you go. April 29th.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Dylan Prue. Shout out Dylan Prue, our Twitter guy. Shout out. What do you guys think the market is for Story right now? And that's an interesting question because they've come out and they basically said that Boston Red Sox is one of the big teams. But I think in that same tweet, they say that, what is there, like 3 or 4 other teams involved?
I'm not sure. About to find out.
We'll pull up the tweet for you right now, Dylan. Thank you for the question, man. Shout out once again to Dylan Prue, who does our Twitter. If you ever see us tweeting some funny shit, usually it's Dylan 90% of the time. So he's a funny dude. We love him.
Okay, let's
Trevor
see
Story,
here.
Red Sox. Firmly in the mix for free agent Trevor Story. Sources tell The Atlantic. Giants also believed to be involved as well as other clubs.
That makes sense. Giants could use a Trevor Story. That'd be good.
They could.
That works for them.
They could. I'm interested in who those other clubs are.
The Blue Jays?
Are we assured that the Yankees are gone here? Like, do we know?
I think the Yankees are gone now.
Probably for sure.
The consensus coming out of camp and their management and all the fans Connor Fleffa's the dude.
Okay. Yeah. Well, wait. No. Didn't they trade Connor Fleffa?
They got Connor Fleffa.
Oh right. Okay. Because what happened was. The
Twins traded.
Yeah, because what happened, though, was the Twins, earlier in that week, traded for Kiner Falefa, and then they traded him away.
Yep, a solid 35 hours he was a Twin.
Poor Kiner Falefa, dude. This guy's just selling his home, getting his shit in order, telling his family we're moving to Minnesota.
And then boom,
you're gone. I feel for this guy, man. That does suck. That does suck. And everyone talking about Josh Donaldson. Nobody talked about Kiner Falefa.
No.
Poor guy. So that's probably the market right now. Dodgers, or excuse me, not Dodgers. Well, probably
Giants
Dodgers, because Dodgers just buy every goddamn thing. But Red Sox, Giants, and then probably some other clubs that we're not even doing justice to right now.
Maybe Houston. I don't know.
Question: when are we going to start the fantasy league? Oh yeah, are we starting a fantasy league? Are we doing that?
Yeah, are we?
Has that been guaranteed? You guys interested in a fantasy league? Comment it in the chat. Sorry, we're behind on questions or whatever right now. Oh, we also didn't get a dono coming in here from the legend Jason_X. Will the Blue Jays get Jose Ramirez for a trade? And that's an interesting thing because I was looking at potentially asking you a question. What is the likelihood of trading for Jose Ramirez preseason? And then we can kind of go further into it as well. What's the likelihood of then doing it mid-season?
I think it goes up as his contract gets shorter. That's for sure. Because look, the asking price is way too much right now. And I think I made this take actually on one of our podcasts. I think we trade for him. Not this year, but next year at the deadline. You grab him for a playoff push because that's when he's going to be the cheapest.
He would be worth, he wouldn't be worth nothing. He would definitely be worth something.
He's worth half a season of Jose Ramirez rather than 2 full seasons.
Right.
So, I think that's when we're going to pull the trigger. Likelihood right now is I think it's solid 4%.
It doesn't, I don't believe that unless we get a smoking deal. Yeah. I don't think that we're going to do it. And right now with the asking price, including Manoah, because that's what they're looking at right now. They're including Manoah. They're including Moreno. They're including a few other big names too. Orelvis Martinez. And then potentially 1 or 2 other prospects. I'm okay with giving up the prospects, guys, but when you start including a player like Manoah, who is going to play a major role on our squad, he's probably our 3rd pitcher right now in our rotation. This guy is going to be huge for us. He could pitch 180 innings. You just cannot give him up when you're trying to win ball games. At the end of the day, a pitcher is always going to be more valuable than a hitter, even if that hitter is Jose Ramirez. So we cannot afford to give up Manoah. If it comes down to prospects, I think that we'll pull the trigger. But I don't see it happening until the trade deadline. Now, I do believe that there is a serious potential shot that come this trade deadline, we could do it. Because we talk so much about them. And if we get to the trade deadline, and if we are in a very solid position, if we're leading the East right now, if we're leading the East, and if we're looking at that second base bag potentially, and we're thinking to ourselves, hey, Biggio's hurt again, Espinal not doing it for us, Jose Ramirez having a solid 900 OPS again with 30-plus stolen bags, 30-plus home runs, I think we could do it come trade deadline, but I don't see it happening before then either.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. Maybe an injury would have to happen. It would have to be something like that, where it's okay, now we need him, because it's going to be worth so much.
It's going to cost
so much. And they don't even want to trade him anymore. No. They don't even want to trade him.
Which is kind of silly to me, but,
And so because they don't want to trade him, it's even more now. Yes. So it's all right, no, we're not going to get this dude this year.
They have to be willing to trade him.
Yeah.
They have to want to do it. And if they want to do it, then we'll be able to negotiate an equitable deal, I think. And we are willing to pay you the prospect capital, just not guys who are dark horse Cy Youngs, if you want to check out
the video room edited by our intern, Aiden. So shout out Aiden.
Shout out Aiden, dude.
What other questions?
Question here from Jared Barnes. Shout out Jared Barnes. Do you think the Jays trade any of the surplus of young catchers for anyone?
Yes. Absolutely. That should be done, actually. That should be something that should happen this year. This year.
It should.
Yeah.
It should. There's no reason to keep 4 catchers on your roster.
No. And it's if Moreno, especially if Moreno wants to come up this year, and I know I saw a few questions way earlier talking about Moreno and being is he going to play this year?
Noah Brown, shout out question. When do you think Moreno makes it to the show? He says late July, right?
Yeah.
Or late June.
That's when he's expected to come. It's middle of the season he's going to come up, and it's all right, well, what do we do with Kirk and Jansen? I have a feeling they're not going to move Jansen because they just love him, and I hate it. From a pure stat standpoint, move Jansen just makes sense. But he's such a core of the clubhouse. It's like moving Yadier Molina, not comparing Danny Jansen and Yadier Molina, but Yadier Molina doesn't have the bat anymore.
Right.
It's gone. He has great defense. So does Jansen. Not as good as Molina. I don't know how it is comparison nowadays.
Right.
But it's you just don't do it. Because if you trade that guy, it's we all fall apart. The whole pitching rotation, the rotation falls apart. It's that's the idea. So I feel like they're not going to do it. So it's going to be interesting to see who they trade.
Yeah, it all depends. I think it really does depend on what our need is, right? If somebody gets hurt in the catching standpoint, then we might not trade anybody.
Right.
And it does depend where our problem is, where our problem lies as a team standpoint. If we're looking at maybe acquiring Jose Ramirez, then
easy.
It's
Moreno
or Kirk are going to need to go, right? These are guys that are going to need to dip. If we're looking at acquiring a smaller guy, I don't know how much Reese McGuire is worth, wanky panky.
Oh, he's worth not too much, but
give
something.
Me a bullpen guy.
Give me a
bullpen guy, right? I can acquire a usable, serviceable bullpen guy for Reese McGuire. Maybe you need a catcher. That's something that could happen. So it does depend what we are trying to acquire here, but I do think that a catcher is going to need to go.
Oh, hold on. I did see someone in the chat saying Smooth Brown Man saying, how about Kenley Jansen? And I just saw this posted by Sportsnet 590. Not going to play too much with copyright.
The Jays are still in the market for bullpen arms. I don't want you to do Ross Atkins' work for him, but we've heard that the Jays have, quote-unquote, again in air quotes, some interest in Kenley.
Oh, okay.
Kenley closed for the Jays
5 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Kenley can sell close. I know that. And, closers are expected to be perfect. They're never perfect. You look at his second. He had a couple bad games middle of the season.
Yeah.
Okay, we get the idea.
So there's some interest, folks. There's some interest
right now in Kenley Jansen for sure. Can we pull up Kenley Jansen's statistics just to take a quick look at this for you guys? They're talking about it right there. It's like Kenley Jansen can still close. Then they went on to say that he's not perfect, and then
no one's perfect.
Nobody is
no
perfect.
One's
Nobody's
even
perfect.
even Vladdy had a bad 2 weeks last year.
Vladdy will have a bad 2 weeks. Jordan Romano will blow games. Simber will blow games. Trevor Richards will blow games. It's going to happen. We're human.
Look at that.
But that's a pretty damn good year nonetheless.
That's a good year, guys.
What is his first and second half splits?
Yeah,
I
let's
thought I
take a
heard
look.
something right at the end there where they were referencing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to see, like, did he really fall off in the second half? Like, is that why people aren't looking at him necessarily?
Right.
Or, like, what's going on here?
Let's take a little peeky poo. First, second half, right? That's
okay.
Yeah.
It was different.
It was different. But hey, again, no one's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, great. 124 the first half. Great.
Yeah.
You're an all-star.
Yes.
331. That's still okay.
Yeah.
And look, I know that they were just saying, like, he can still close, but,
Yeah.
like, he doesn't have to close
Not
with
on our
us.
team.
He could
Not
be
on our
this.
team.
He could be the solid 8 guy.
He could.
Like that Hendricks and honestly, I think the Hendricks Kimbrel combination's a bit more lethal.
Well, it is, yeah.
It is a bit more lethal.
If
But it'd be
Kimbrel can
our
figure out
version.
his crap.
Yeah, it'd be our version of the Kenley Romano.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. No, I do agree. Also, 69 likes right now. I just noticed. Shout out to whoever number 69 was, guys. We love to get to 69. Next stop is 100. You know how this works. So if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button. We love it so much. We do appreciate it. We're growing so fast. All thanks to you guys. But either way, Kenley Jansen, want him on our squad.
I want him,
and I'm
man.
very happy that at the very least, we're looking at interest. If they do acquire
If there's
Kenley
some
Jansen,
interest, yeah.
then I would be very happy with the management, and then I'd have to say that this offseason is definitely in the A grade.
Hey, Marcus Orton's saying that he's predicting Kenley Jansen to the Blue Jays.
Okay.
So there we go.
And he is also predicting for all of these other big free agents. These are all the guys that are remaining. We're looking at Carlos Correa to the Astros.
Yeah,
I understand it.
Yeah.
Trevor Story to the
I
Red
don't like
Sox,
that
man.
one.
I don't love it. I understand it, but I don't love it. Nick Castellanos to those Phillies. If he goes,
that makes sense.
That does make sense. But those Phillies, I'm starting to like them a lot.
Yep.
Kenley Jansen to the Blue Jays, love it.
Yep.
Jorge Soler to the
Wow.
Padres.
And the Padres, didn't they make a move today? They
Luke
got Luke
Voigt,
Voigt.
baby. Luke
yeah.
Voigt.
Holy crap.
I'm so happy for Luke Voigt.
Yeah, good for Luke.
I'm so happy
Good
for Luke Voigt.
Get out of there.
We've kind of we've echoed Luke Voigt's issues on this channel quite a bit. We've kind of been in his camp because me especially, like, I look at these guys' statistics and I just think to myself, he deserves to be a starter on a squad. He deserves to at least get an opportunity and not have his team just hate him for no reason whatsoever. Hopefully the Padres don't do that. I think that's a good spot for him.
They're gonna love him because he's gonna be the DH now,
He's gonna be
or
perfect.
it could be the first baseman.
He's
now.
going to be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't even know who they have at first base.
First base. I think they had Hosmer. Yeah. And
Okay,
he's kinda
Hosmer's
doo-doo.
pretty good.
He's doo-doo.
Really?
Yeah, he's doo-doo now.
I thought he was good.
No, he's doo-doo.
Oh, he's crap.
Yeah,
now?
remember we did it with ranking?
Oh,
Eric Hosmer. He was pretty
you're
doo-doo.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he got off to a hot start last year. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But
Apparently he just hits singles and hits a lot of ground balls. That's
all right.
why.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Be there for Eric Hosmer then. Screw him. Right?
Yeah.
Now you got freaking Luke Voigt.
They got Luke Voigt.
Malcolm Conforto to the White Sox. Interesting.
Interesting.
I didn't really think about that. I kind of haven't been thinking too much about Michael Conforto.
No.
But he's going to be a very undervalued player at this point. A lucky pickup for whoever does get him. We like him quite a bit. He could be, similarly to Matt Chapman, have a big bounce back year this season. He's a great squad or a great dude when he is hitting well.
I like this Tommy Pham to the Guardians because Tommy Pham's kind of going by the wayside, a little bit older guy. Like, hey, throw him on the Guardians. They could use him. Maybe trade him. Who knows? I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many dudes left to sign, man.
There is still a lot of guys.
Dang.
I mean, it's going to happen eventually, right? Like,
Yeah, it's gotta.
I'm ready for us to get through this free agent period now and now, like, enter full baseball.
let's get into
where it's
baseball.
Like, this is what we're doing. This is the team. This is what we have going on, you know? Jay's Zone Podcast. Question, if we got Jansen, how many years do we sign him, and how much money? Great question, dude. Great question.
I would say I think he wants this too, and I feel like the market's gonna really heat up for him, and the price is gonna start to go up even more.
Right.
I think it's got to be like a 2-year, 15 average annual value. It's like 30 million dollars for 2 years.
$30 million.
Because he wanted at least like 12 to 14, but I feel like
Okay.
it's gonna go up a bit more.
Right.
Yeah. In 2 years.
And I know that he's 34, and you start to get a little bit scary with that. That does start to be a little bit scary. But 2 years isn't a horrible time.
No,
Even if
no,
he
no,
is
no.
awful, if he does suck, okay, it's 2 years.
He's gone
it'll be
next
bad.
year.
He'll be
Or,
gone.
Like we can cut him. We can afford that.
There'll be something that goes on. And the Toronto Blue Jays do have a lot of additional money right now. We do need bullpen guys, like we've said.
I think we should do it.
Kenley Jansen would be good there. I'm willing to risk $15 million.
And again, we have that that whole 2-year window from 2022 and 2023. That's 2-year window.
Yeah.
Package him in the 2-year window. Because then after that, everyone comes off the books. He'll come off. Gritchick will come off. Real will come off.
And
T
they're
will
all
come
gone.
off.
Yeah.
And then we can reset.
Guys, gone.
We can reset.
Yes.
Right?
Literally. If we sign it, we'd be gaining like $50 million once he leaves and everybody. So it's like
exactly.
We're
good.
Good.
We should do it.
Now.
We should do it.
I'm ready to do it. So 2 years, $30 million. That's what we want. Question: who do you think signs the legends? Kevin Pillar. That's coming in from Jared Barnes.
I'm worried he's
not going to.
Not gonna get. Well, he might get a minor league deal or something.
What did he do last year, man? What did he do?
Well, let's take a little peek.
Kevin Pillar. Oh, I feel for this man, dude. He tries
so hard. So much better, man.
Yeah, he does, dude. He does.
He deserves the absolute world.
He does, man.
Man, this thing's so slow.
Load.
You guys can't see it yet, but now okay. Whoops.
Oh, there you go. Kevin Pillar.
Go.
There we go. Okay, Kevin Pillar, guys. What did he do last year? Oof.
Ooh, he did struggle. He did struggle.
That's not
I don't know
good.
if the defense is worth it now.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Come on,
he had
Kevin.
a .5 WAR, dude.
Ooh, yeah. Look at his career, 705.
It's too bad because, like, if you look at like 2020, he barely played in 2020.
Yeah.
But he was good in 2020, and then he was really good in
You know what? I never realized how kind of like below average he was offensively. Yeah. It's the defense, man.
It is. No, he was never. Yeah, like he's never been good other than defense.
Yeah,
he's never been good other than defense.
So, like for me, like how old is he now? Yeah, he's 33. I think he's done, guys. I think he's done.
You think he might be finished?
He could be. He might get at best like a minor league deal, like a 1 year minor league.
I could see one team throwing a year on him for like $2 or $3 million. I could see that. Like a bad team, you know, it's like they need something. Maybe he's even
Pirates.
there. Yeah, you know.
Maybe the Pirates.
Like go play over there. Play for, you know, you can even be their bench bat, right?
And the bench bat on the Pirates.
Hey, it's better than a minor league contract, right?
Yeah.
It's better than a minor league deal. You know?
Poor
That's too
Kevin.
bad. That's too bad. Hey,
look how
he grinded.
He did.
He grinded out a
here.
major league career.
It
hasn't been pretty. If you look at those stats, it hasn't been pretty. But he grinded out a major league career.
Average isn't bad. The on base is horrible.
The on base is horrible. The slugging is horrible. The OPS is horrible. The average is, you know, average. The average is average. But the defense has been exceptional. He grinded out a major league career.
Yeah.
I don't know what his net worth earnings are, but you got to imagine he's made like 10 to 20 to $30 million in that period of time. And, you know, you fucking worked for it, man. So good on you.
Good for you, Kevin. Good on you, buddy. Good for you.
Yeah. Love it.
What other questions we got here?
I'm not seeing any more right now. Coming in here, Kevin Pillar deserved a gold.
Oh, he did. He's
Some of the
so
saves
dead.
he made were insane. Yeah.
Freaking Kevin Kiermaier, man.
Literally, yeah. Just outdid him just a little bit. And
it's like, oh, God. I wish did they have? I'm gonna check it right now. I wonder if they had outs above average in 2015. Do they have it?
Also, we missed this donation. I'm not sure, for some reason we aren't getting the we're not hearing the sounds right now, so I really apologize, but the legend Jason, or did I do this one already? Or did you donate twice? This is your second donation. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
No, he donated
You
again.
donated twice. You donated again. Okay, good shit. I heard Correa might sign with Orioles for $300 million. We heard the same thing, dude.
Yeah.
I want that to happen just so the Orioles can have something. Like, I feel bad for the Orioles, but at the same time, I don't want that to happen because I know that the Orioles are going to be good in 3 to 4 to 5 years, and then I'm going to be like, God damn it, why do you have Carlos Correa? I wish that you didn't have Carlos Correa.
Yeah, I agree. Also, thank you for the donation.
Thank you so much for that donation, dude. We so appreciate it. It means so much to us, guys. If you want to help the channel as well, $3 a month, become a Patreon member. You can actually call into this show. Usually we have people call in today. We didn't actually have a caller, so we should definitely get a caller going in for like
next
this coming
time.
week for sure. But $3 a month, become a Patreon. You can call us on our literal cell phones. We'll put you on for everybody. You can ask questions, talk to you for like 10 minutes. It's a good time.
They actually don't record outs above average in 2015.
Oh shit, eh?
Which kind of blows.
That's too bad.
We could have proven it with stats and numbers. What other question? We got one.
So B-Dub says, question, do the Jays have the best infield in the MLB right now?
See, I heard, it's funny, they told that to Matt Chapman. One of the reporters was like, so how do you feel like being like a part of part of the best infield they framed it, the best infield in baseball? And he's like, well, I'm not going to say the best infield. I'll let you guys come up with the answer to that. He literally said, because I think like, that's a stretch, because what makes the best infield? You got to be great defensively, and you got to be great offensively.
Right.
I don't think we're quite there yet defensively in the infield.
We haven't shown it yet.
We haven't showed it
yet.
I think
Bobichet's got to, show up. Kevin Biggio has got to show up if he's going to be at the second base bag regularly. Even Vlad, he was getting better last year, but I want another tier of progression this season as well over at first base.
I think, like, and you can't really compete with the Dodgers infield right now. The Dodgers infield is unreal. You got Freddie Freeman,
You're so right, yeah.
Max Muncy. If Max Muncy was going to switch over and play second, Trey Turner and Justin Turner. Like, how do you beat that infield?
Is the Dodgers lineup this season? Is this maybe the best lineup that you've ever seen?
Yeah, I think even Jeff Passan tweeted it, where he's like, in my 20 years of reporting, I've never seen an infield better than this, or a lineup better than this, and I have never seen a lineup better than this.
You think that this lineup is better than, let's say, the Astros back in 2017, 2018? 100%. Yeah, like
you have a former MVP in your 7-hole. Like, what? What?
This is true.
I gotta pull it up.
Let's pull it up. Let's show everybody what we're dealing with right now. I do feel for you Padres, for you Giants fans. Colorado, not so much. But you
guys, ridiculous.
I mean, it didn't matter anyways. But yeah, this is kind of stupid. It's kind of a stupid lineup here, guys. So as you can see, and probably most of you have been, I'm actually so sick of talking about it because it's dumb.
Oh my god.
But when you have Mookie Betts leading off, Trey Turner in the 2 spot, Freddie Freeman number 3, Justin Turner 4, Muncy 5, Smith 6. We love Will Smith.
We forgot about him.
Chris Taylor.
We got him back.
7, Bellinger 8, and AJ Pollock 9.
Wow.
So
imagine Bellinger bounces back.
Well, okay, that's the thing. That's the thing. There is an eventuality where this lineup isn't as good as we think. Justin Turner is getting much older. I think that he is past the prime that we've seen from him.
Is he though? How do we know?
What is his? What were his numbers last year?
Let's take a look. He was pretty decent last year.
I think he was good, but I think wasn't it like down from his like career numbers?
Let's take a little peek.
Maybe I could be talking on my asshole on this one.
832 OPS.
Pretty much around the goddamn.
Pretty much really still elite. He's pretty elite.
Okay, well he's 30. He was 36 last year. He's gonna be 37. It's gonna happen eventually. Wow, he was only an All-Star. Oh, twice.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
Kind of underrated.
Yeah, kind of underrated.
He's a really great player.
He's a really great player. Yeah, Justin Turner's been incredible for the Dodgers for so long.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's gonna be 37. Maybe he's bad. Maybe Bellinger's bad again. Maybe Pollock is bad.
Smith's gonna be great. Yeah, Taylor's gonna be great. Freeman's gonna be excellent. Turner's gonna be excellent. Betts gonna be excellent. It's like
they still have 6 guys. Even at their floor, it's like they still have 6 guys who are really elite at baseball.
And hey, even if Bellinger was bad, and who else? Turner, you say was be bad. Pollock could be bad. They'll go trade. They'll go make a trade. Yeah. They'll get someone. Yeah. They don't care. They're the Dodgers.
Yeah, and they still have. Think about it. Gavin Lux is riding the bench.
Dude,
he's never had an opportunity.
Former #1 prospect on the bench.
Fuck.
They gotta trade that dude.
I'm surprised that they haven't.
They gotta trade that guy.
Maybe they're thinking that, hey, Justin Turner is on the back 9 for sure right now. Like, maybe they're kind of planning out.
Maybe
it's like
Muncy over to third.
Yeah.
Muncy could play third.
Exactly. Justin, or like he will be the replacement once Justin Turner falls off or once he's finished. It's like,
I just feel bad for this dude, man.
Oh, I know. He's kind of doing the whole Jordan Love experience right now.
Can he play outfield? Because Pollock's kind of doo-doo ass.
I'm not sure about that. Yeah, can't. Comment down below, guys, if Gavin Lux can play outfield.
I can find out.
And after you're done that, we got a few more questions coming into the chat. You guys been killing it right now. Also, 100 likes. Shout out to everybody who has liked the stream so far. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, then feel free to hit that like and smash the subscribe. We really appreciate all the growth that we've been doing. We're going to be live tomorrow, by the way, guys.
I'm so excited.
And live on Sunday as well, watching the entire spring training Blue Jays game with you guys, doing our live play-by-play. Probably drinking way too many beers during both of them. It's going to be awesome, so definitely definitely be there if you guys are free or just want to stop in for a little bit and say hello.
We're celebrating our Irish because I didn't really get, not our Irish, our St. Patty's Day on Saturday. So I'm going to be doing my St. Patty's Day Saturday because I was working on St. Patty's Day.
Exactly.
I went to get my hair cut on Thursday too, and like that's when St. Patty's Day was, and like literally the amount of people I saw wearing green and like drunk, I was at like 12 in the afternoon. I was like, God dang it, I want that. But yeah, he is an outfielder, so he can go play.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I see a good question in here from where somebody was asking it earlier, and I forgot to comment it, but somebody, and I apologize, I can't find it right now, but somebody said the Guardians are having a scout watch Alejandro Kirk right now and follow him around.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And that is something that is actually happening right now, guys. Now, I'm not sure if it's definitely the Guardians, but I know that a scout from other teams are looking at Alejandro Kirk right now. They're following him around.
Wow, imagine being Alejandro Kirk, like, I'm elite.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. But you got to think that's kind of leading some people to think, and maybe rightfully so, that if a J-Ram trade does go down, he could be a big piece.
And I know you really love J-Ram, or not J-Ram, Kirk, and you don't want to trade him, but like he is a realistic option to be traded.
I understand it. I do understand it. You know, I think that I do really love Kirk. I don't want him to be traded. I want to hold on to him. Like, I feel like he's a good guy. If he is going to get traded, then I want to see Moreno be good before we trade him.
Yeah, I think if he comes up, maybe that's the thing, is like he's gonna come up in June and we're gonna have like a solid month,
because it's
to like decide.
That's the thing, because I don't want to I know that the hype for around Moreno is real and it's probably very warranted, but I don't want to get rid of Kirk and then have Moreno come up and it's like, oh, it's Nate Pearson again.
Man, I don't know why our management doesn't start shifting from Jansen over to one of them.
They have to.
Like, why don't they? Jansen's
the roadblock.
Like, okay, I know that
he's
some people.
Roadblock.
I don't want to pull it up right now because you guys are right. I did look this up the other day where it's like Jansen did have a great second half.
He did.
But he also didn't. He also had like 110 at bats.
And I also don't believe that is consistent for what he's going to do. You know, I've seen Jansen be horrible.
I know what Jansen
is. For the first 2 to 3 months of baseball last year, Jansen literally had the worst batting average in all of MLB.
I'm going to pull it up now. I got to look at his stats.
Okay.
I got to look at his stats right now. Because now I'm thinking about other stats where it's like, okay, but like you were talking about, we've seen 2 to 3 months of horrible. We've almost seen 2 to 3 years of horrible. If this thing would ever load.
And here's the thing. So Sebastian says, I've said this all along. Trade Kirk. Moreno is the 9th prospect overall this year. And I hear what you're saying. But listen to me. Nate Pearson was the 9th prospect overall. If we would have traded away one of our starting pitchers and slotted in Nate Pearson as if he's a sure thing, where would we be right now? We would be probably shit in the bed.
Dude, like, look at this. Okay, career. 212. On base is okay, actually, from a 212 standpoint. And then slugs, nothing. And then OPS of 694.
And can we see the first half of last year, please?
Yeah.
It was so awful.
Bad. It was so bad.
It was awful. I remember pointing out statistics being like, you literally have the worst batting average in all of baseball. You have the worst batting average in all of baseball.
And there you go. So it's
168.
168, and then he did hit 323. But that was out of guys. That was 65
ABs.
65 at bats.
Trade him.
It's like everyone's like, don't trade him. Look,
trade him.
No. Well, the same argument could be made about Kirk. It's like, well, yeah, in 2020, for example. But I don't know. I don't really care for Danny Jansen.
No, I don't. I don't care. It's just like, I think that at the very least, if you want to keep him for the locker room, that's fine. I understand. But let's start making the transition over to Alejandro. Captain Kirk has shown nothing but very good stuff up until this point. He's never been a 212 batting average guy. He's always been good, so it's like, let's have this dude start to take over the role, and then, Gabriel Moreno can come in, and it's fun. We could just keep both of them. If we did want to
Kirk and Moreno,
let's just have the 2 best catching tandem in the league.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Fuck that.
Who cares? We're trying to win, right?
Right.
All right. So Kirk in his career, and out of 189 at bats, he still hasn't gotten any at bats.
That's part of the problem.
This is the problem. He has nothing, and he's only hit. He's hit 259. That's great for a catcher.
Yeah.
On base is pretty good for a catcher too. Slugging of 455, great, and then an OPS of 791 with an OPS plus of 114. Yeah. He's better than the average MLB player as a catcher.
That's stupid as a catcher. Like those numbers as a catcher puts you into the upper echelon of like top 6 guys. You know, like if you can hit around an 800 OPS as a catcher, like that's not that far off from JT Realmuto right there.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a lot of people in the chat talking about Jansen. Jansen is great with pitchers, and I understand that. Jansen was actually solid on the stretch, 65 at bats. Sorry, gents, but you're incorrect in your analysis of Jansen. I don't understand I don't understand.
Yeah, like,
like
where,
how?
I don't. Where is the? Yeah, what is the numbers?
Where's the numbers that are telling me that Jansen should clearly be a starting catcher? I'm looking at his Savant page now.
So yeah, last year overall,
Jansen's WAR is better than Kirk despite the bat. Well, Kirk also had 100 at bats. Jansen played for most of the season. He hits the ball hard. He runs. He frames okay.
Okay, that's pretty. And like that. And again, I want to try and take our bias out of here as much as possible. I'm trying to see the upside. Danny Jansen's 26 years old. Maybe he hasn't hit ceiling yet. Maybe Danny Jansen's just coming to his own. So if you guys are saying that, that's possible. I think from what we have seen so far, just literally like looking at the 2 players, if I didn't put their names next to it, I put blank faces next to it, and I put their career statistics.
Just look at numbers.
You would unequivocally have to say that player A, being Alejandro Kirk,
23
shows
and younger,
more potential and has higher upside,
better batting average
than what Danny Jansen does.
Now, I understand, like, someone saying, like, that he's bad at catching. Well, actually, and this is not even my quote. This is literally Buck Martinez saying Alejandro Kirk has improved as a catcher defensively. Well, let's take a look. Where is it here?
I'm ready to be proven wrong.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
To be proven wrong.
But I am going to stick to my guns here. That, like, he did improve. And I saw it last year. He actually was a lot better. And he's 23.
Yeah.
He's 23.
Well, he might not have enough.
Okay, he can't sprint. Okay, framing is a little bit lower, Yeah. So there you go. But hits the ball still the same.
So okay, and that's the thing. So I do see right there. The framing is lower. Can it improve? I think so. I guess I'm looking at it from the standpoint too that he is 23 years old, and I think that defensively, like that is a skill that will come with time. And Danny Jansen has had time to show that offense will come, but it hasn't. So
also shout out Raul.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Right there. Kirk's
Let's go.
is questionable. He's a DH at most. And I think he's gonna prove people wrong, man. I think if he gets the opportunity here, that's the thing. I think that you guys are stuck on what he's done up until this point in the short sample size, and his bat earns him, in my opinion, a role to solidify the defense. And I noticed him getting better too. Better too with the eye test.
And I agree. Like Dan LeBlanc says, like, pitchers will tell you they want Danny Jansen because Danny Jansen can call a great game, and that's something you don't see on stats. Yeah. You don't see that, right? But also, like, well, you can also, like, from a baseball standpoint, Danny Jansen calls the game. You want to give him the responsibility of that. Well, I mean, why don't we educate Kirk? And why don't we put Danny Jansen in a room with Alejandro Kirk and they have a discussion? Because this happens all the time. It's like, why don't we have the same game plan when we work with pitchers? Why don't we get on the same board, right? Why don't we have the same approach, everything? Well, I think it's very doable.
Yeah, I think so too, guys. I think so too. But so those are our thoughts on Danny Jansen and Alejandro Kirk there. I know that it's very...
It might be out there. It might be left field. But I think, like, just pure offensively... We can all agree Kirk's better than Jansen.
Yeah.
Pure offensively.
At the end of the day, like, I'd rather teach Kirk the defense than have a, 210 or 215 batting.
Yeah, let's teach Kirk how to play defense. Let's teach him how to call games. And then have him hit 800 OPS.
Let's take a quick look over at Twitter right now for some MLB free agency news, because it has been a moment since we've done that. See if anything else is coming out or on MLB rumors or whatever the hell is happening right now.
All right, let's take a peek.
Take a look at all of the tweets for y'all.
Oh, here's Chapman.
Oh, yeah.
Looking good.
Chapman looking ready to go. I hope that he plays tomorrow, man.
I really hope he does. I have a feeling he won't.
It's possible. It is possible. I know, like, he's very new. They might not want to throw him in immediately. But Sunday guaranteed.
Sunday for sure.
Guaranteed
I think so.
He's going to play for sure, which we will also be live for, guys.
Wow, there's Freeman in freaking Dodgers uniform. Okay. Great.
Keisha says, put Vlad at catcher. Easy solution. Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Well, you're one to talk, Keisha. I mean, you just got rid of your problem at catcher, Gary Sanchez. And so now what? Higashioka? Is that who he's doing?
Higashioka,
and probably Kiner Falefa can also catch, I think. So maybe they'll switch there a little bit.
Yeah. Not much happening right now.
A lot of Metcalf rumors. Anything about Metcalf to the Packers?
No. Can you imagine?
That's been talked about.
Has it been talked about?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Why would they? I guess they moved they're moving people. So.
They have to deal with things. Yeah, they got to do stuff.
Yeah, nothing really happening right now, folks.
Okay, a little
Trevor Story reportedly choosing among 4 teams here.
Yeah. Trevor Story. Choose elsewhere, dude.
Don't choose the Red Sox,
Choose elsewhere.
Don't choose the Red Sox.
Okay, the Giants and the Red Sox. And here's the thing. Maybe he doesn't want to do the Red Sox because he's going to have to switch his positions. Maybe he doesn't want that.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
You don't want that. You want to stay a shortstop? Go over to the Giants.
Also, I'm hearing check Ken tweet. I don't know if that's how much.
Kenley or
Ken Rosenthal.
Oh, Ken Rosenthal. Has he said anything?
Let's take a pick. 15 minutes ago. Ooh, talking about Matt Chapman.
Two off. Go ahead.
Two off seasons ago, Matt Chapman turned down a massive extension from the A's. Now, with the Blue Jays, he's looking to make that bet pay off. Yeah, forget it. Let's click on it. All right. Except I have to pay for this.
The Athletic, bro. The Athletic always gets you, dude. Ken Rosenthal with the Athletic.
Dude, they do have great headlines and stories,
know they do,
and I can't read them.
It's just like I'm not gonna pay for articles, I'm not at a place where I can afford to do that,
Like, look, we're the media too. It's like I don't I bet they're gonna say this. They're like, all right, Simeon has paid off when he's come to the Jays.
Yeah, they're gonna reference Donaldson.
Donaldson has come to the Jays and he's paid off. Now he's the next in line to do this, exactly. And it's like he's gonna get a massive payday. Look what they made. Easy.
Yo, what do you think? Do you think that there's any opportunity or any chance? And this is so new. I mean, we haven't even seen him play.
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
Yeah, for us to potentially lock Matt Chapman down long term. Do you think that there's any chance that we
could do that? I think there
is
a chance. There is definitely a chance. I would never say there's not a chance. Yeah. This guy is good. Great defensively, great offensively. He'll definitely, if he's he'll definitely want $20 million a year at least minimum. We got to see what the market's like at that point.
Yeah, he's going to cost money.
He's going to cost money,
especially if he bounces back the way that we all intend him to.
Yeah, I think we have to assess and see what it's going to be. There's definitely an opportunity. We have to see what happens. We have to see if we get anybody else. If we grab people, we grab someone like Jose Ramirez. We grab someone free agency next offseason is going to cost a lot.
Yeah.
Then probably not, but if he's the dude, he's the clear dude, and we need him back, then yeah.
I think that, and here's it's kind of you don't want to root for this because I want him to be incredible, but if Matt Chapman returns to 2018, 2019 form, I don't think that we're going to extend him.
No.
If he does what he did last year, I don't think we're going to extend him. If he does what he did in 2020, though. Let's take a quick look at what Matt Chapman did in 2020, and I bet if he does what he did in 2020, we have an actual shot at extending this dude.
812? Yeah, if he's around the hovering around just above 800 OPS.
Exactly. Look at that. A lot of power, not a good on base, not a good batting average. A crap load of power, though. Lots of good slugging there, and the defense was probably still very good. If he does that, I think we have a chance of extending him because if he's 2018, he's going to outprice himself.
Yeah.
And if he's 2021, we're not going to want to pay for him.
I think because he'll be 31 into that 2024 season, he'll we could probably if we're seeing this, we could probably offer him 2 years with an opt-out option, 12 million a year.
Yeah.
24 million with an opt-out. Maybe you can make up to 40.
Yes. Yeah, because that's the problem.
If that's what he does. But here's the thing. If he's a platinum glove,
that's going to raise his value.
Then that's going to probably do it more. It's probably going to be more 15, 16.
Yeah.
It'd probably be more
raise his value for sure. But we saw what happened here, right, where Marcus Semien, he outpriced himself. He did so well that it's like we just can't afford that. We can't do that. We can't
Texas,
have it.
Texas has the money. They're gonna freaking pay.
And that's the thing, right? If Matt Chapman does what he did in 2018 or 2019, where he's like smacking over 30 bombs, like doing really nice Gold Gloves, MVP votes, All-Star, he's outpriced himself.
Yeah,
guys.
he's outpriced way too much.
Yeah, he's gonna be costing.
And we're gonna have Jordan Groshans coming up.
And we're gonna have Jordan Groshans.
That's another factor. If we have Jordan Groshans in the wing, hey, he had a good game today. He had a double. That was very good from Jordan. But if he's in the wings, he's ready to go, then we're going to get rid of him.
Yeah.
That's that.
Question from Marshall Owen right here. Espinal or Biggio for opening day?
Good question. I feel like they're just going to go to Biggio.
I feel like they're going to just go to Biggio.
They're just going to go to Biggio,
I feel like
man.
They're gonna just go to Biggio.
Like, I really do think the correct choice is Espinal, but they want to give Biggio a chance, which makes sense. We all want to give Biggio a chance.
And I don't want to count out Biggio either here, because I do really like Espinal, and maybe there's some recency bias in there. We saw how good he can be, and whereas we weren't seeing Biggio, right? If we were coming off the 2020 season, I'd be like, Biggio's got to get it, right?
Right. Also, he's a lefty.
He's also a lefty.
And I think it's going to be Biggio.
Yeah, it's going to be Biggio. It will probably definitely be Biggio there. Now, do you think Espinal finds his way in the lineup as well? On opening day?
I think so. I think there's lots of opportunities to find, on opening day, maybe, but definitely opportunities for him to find his way into a lineup that's not second base. Or that's not like, if Biggio's in the lineup, he's not in the lineup. Because, you could put Biggio into left field, into right field. Like let's say George Springer wants to take a day off. All right, he wants to be on DH. He wants to be a DH, right? You slide Teoscar over, you slide Cavan into right, you got Lord in left, then you got Espinal in second. Yeah. Or you can even DH Espinal, but I'd rather him defensively, honestly. Yeah. So leave the older guys to get the days off on their legs with the DH spot. And then, you can put him in that way.
Yeah, exactly. So probably Biggio is going to start, and Espinal is going to have to sit. Yeah. Brian says, you guys should recall your comments about Semien last year. Yo, we were actually taking a look at our old podcast from last season, taking a look at what we said, and it was very comical for sure. Yeah. We come up with a lot of takes on here, guys. Some of them are right. We were talking about Matt Chapman coming to the Jays. We were talking about Yusei Kikuchi coming to the Jays.
We talked about Jose Barrios, too, even before we traded for him. And how we get him back, we got to sign him.
Some of them will be so abhorrently, categorically false, though, that it will make you look like an absolute fucking idiot.
Kirk could show up next year and be so ass offensively. If he's ass offensively, then he's gone.
Then this entire time we've been talking this guy up, it's like, all right. Yeah. Well, never mind then.
That's it. That's all he has is the offense. If he's not good offensively, then he's done.
You gotta show up.
Yep.
I think he will, but it's possible that I could be wrong, right?
Exactly.
That is the beauty about sports, guys. It's like,
that's it.
Here's the thing.
That's it.
Literally anything could. That's why I love sports. Anything could happen, and as much as I don't think it's gonna happen, Vlad could just suck next year. Like there are literal.
There's routes.
There is possibilities that these things could happen. Like nothing is a sure thing, right? So that's why we watch, because we have no idea.
We have no idea, guys. We have no idea. It's amazing. Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow. Actually, even though it's spring training, I literally can't wait. I see you got a question here.
Question from Cyclone Burns: would you sign Michael Conforto, then trade Randall Grichuk for David Price?
Oh.
As a reliever, or if you say what I say, start sucking and DFA Ryan Baraki? Whoa! Cyclone Burns with the fucking video game answer on it all right there, big guy.
Okay, let's start off. Would you sign Michael Conforto?
Sure. I mean, we were talking about Kyle Schwarber. Why wouldn't I sign Michael
Conforto? Is Conforto lefty or?
I don't know about that. You're right. That's good.
Because that's honestly going to be the determiner. Like, I don't think they do that.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't think that they're going to. But would I do it if I was manager? Sure.
Yeah.
I like Michael Conforto.
All right, let's answer from if we were managers, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sign Michael Conforto.
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
problem.
It's like, I think that he's getting undervalued right now.
Yeah.
So screw it. Give me some Michael Conforto. Would I then trade Grichuk for David Price?
And put him in the bullpen?
No. Okay. Yeah. No. Because David Price, from my understanding, costs about $32 million.
No, then no.
I think he literally carries a contract of about 32 average annual fucking dollars. Like, he is highly paid, bro.
Yeah,
he is like
yeah.
highly paid. So no, I would not do that. And then going back here, where's your goddamn comment? We lost it. And then DFA Ryan Brucke.
I would DFA Ryan Brucke anyways.
Yeah.
If he starts sucking,
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, Ryan Brucke can go.
He's
But
probably going
David
to start in the
Price is
minors this
getting
year.
traded.
Like,
Randall Gritch. Honestly, if we got Michael Conforto, I'd trade Randall Grichuk for like just anything. Just
Yeah.
like literally like just and we'll pay for
We'll
half
dump-
the
we'll
contract.
dump the
you know.
cash,
It would
yeah.
just be it'd be like, okay, well we have Michael Conforto now. Obviously he's better than Randall Grichuk.
Mm-hmm.
You play the same position. Go away.
yeah, gone.
That's it.
Yeah,
Go to
gone.
the Pirates. We don't care.
Love it.
Yeah, that's probably what we do over there.
Conforto's unvaxxed.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Well, that does change things. It probably can't be on a Toronto
Okay,
Blue
then we
Jays
can't
or
get him if he's
something.
unvaxxed,
Never mind,
guys. We can't. We
Never
can't.
mind. Yeah. I was never freaking mind. I was referring specifically to Chapman versus Semien. I don't remember. Did we say anything about Chapman versus Semien? Matt Chapman.
Oh, like
versus
a take that we're making.
Maybe we might have said something like Matt Chapman's far better than. I don't remember saying that. It's possible I could.
Well, I
said
think we
something like
said that like we made a take. Well, our take right now currently is that Chapman will bounce back.
Yeah.
So
it
are
will
they
bounce
referring to maybe that like if he doesn't?
Huh, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Not sure there, man. Not sure about that, Brian. Don't know, man. I'm sure we said something stupid, though. And, okay, you know what? Steve Gilks has been asking. I saw this earlier, man, and then we got caught up answering something else, so we need to answer this question.
Okay, yeah.
He's asked it like 3 times now. He's been great about being very patient. How much cap space do the Blue Jays have left to spend? We pulled it up last time, but we can pull it up again for you guys just to show you exactly what we're looking at money-wise, how much we have left to not only just spend on free agents, but also extensions too, because T.O. is going to be up, Lord is going to be up, obviously the Vlad and Bo extensions, those need to be on people's forefront of their brains. Spotrac. What do the Toronto Blue Jays have?
Boom. Let's go to the Toronto Blue Jays. Where are we?
So currently we are 10th in the money that we're spending.
Interesting.
That sounds about right. And we have
Lots
to
of
our name $163 million, or excuse me, $181 million dollars that we have spent right now, which grants us just shy of $50 million left to spend on whatever we want to spend it on.
Yeah, we can spend it up. Dude, that's why we're saying we can grab Kenley Jansen. If he wants $15 million a year, no problem. Go ahead.
Okay, great.
Here you go.
Because then we'll still
Done.
have a roughly $33 million left to play around with to do whatever we need.
Whatever we want.
That means that we can make any trade deadline move without even thinking about it. We can make any trade deadline move. We could still, next season, sign lots of free agents if we wanted
we
to.
could even offer Bo and Vlad contracts. And
we could offer at least one of them. Bo and Vlad
at least, well,
contracts.
think about, like, if you were thinking about backloading it, right?
If you're going to
as a young
backload like
guys,
crazy,
then you could definitely do both
that.
of them right
you
now.
You could do that.
100%.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
You can do anything you want.
Yeah, so we have enough money to pretty much do whatever we need to do shy of sign Max Scherzer. You know? Like, that's basically what we're looking at.
Anything we want, guys.
Yeah.
Lots of money.
Tons of money left for the boys. Getting into 7:47 right now.
You want to maybe
hop off here. If any of you guys have any other questions, now is the time to ask them. Mark Jones says, "Hey boys, long time no see. Keep up the good work. Thank
Mark
you so
Jones,
much.
what's
Glad to have you in
up?
here, dude. Will you guys be going to opening day? We're not going to be going to opening day. We'd love to, but we are going to be streaming it here for you guys.
That's
we just
right.
can't simply not stream it along with you dudes.
Can't.
So it's like we're going to be live here, right over there,
Yeah.
drinking way
Wow.
too many beers.
Dude,
Way
the
too
last time we were back there watching a game, we were playing video games, but the last time we
Right.
were back there watching games was literally the World Series, man.
Yeah.
That was like October, November.
Quite a long time ago.
Ah,
Quite a
man,
long
it's
time
been a
ago.
minute. We're gonna do it
Been
tomorrow,
quite a minute.
baby.
But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, watching along with us tonight. No big free agency rumors. The biggest thing that came out was the Trevor story that he's potentially going to Boston. We do not want to see that. If he does, we'll probably post a monologue about it or whatever. Like we said, we're going to be live tomorrow and on Sunday. So if you're free at 1 o'clock, we're going to be live on here, drinking some beers, watching the boys do some spring training.
Yo,
Very
can we do
chill
bets? Can we do bets? Let's check Monkey Night Fight.
I doubt it, but we'll look.
Yeah.
I doubt that they'll have spring training, but we can definitely look. So.
Guys, sign up for Monkey Night Fight code today, Jays. Get discounts and deals. We're gonna be betting during the regular season for sure, like during our lives. So like, come bet along with us. It'll be a lot of fun if you're legal age.
Yes, exactly, guys. So we'll see you tomorrow for some actual Live Baseball. It